What's good, everybody? November 2nd, 2019. It's National Narcissist Awareness Month. Hope everybody's having a great day, great weekend. If you know any narcissists out there, be sure to slap them, put them on blast, throw shakes at them. I don't give a fuck. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about compulsive liars. What's a compulsive liar? Have you guys ever known anybody that, maybe at first they would tell you stories, things that they've done, experiences that they had. It could be like, little things. It could be, one time this person, got in a fight at a party and they told you like how well they did, or, maybe it was something like, back, like I used to work for this company and I used to make a ton of money, blah, 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 and at the time, maybe you're just like, oh, cool, wow. But you guys ever like meet someone and then I don't know, it could be months, because everyone's experience is different. It could be like 6 months later, it could be 6 years later, but then you look back and maybe you're not necessarily looking to find out that they're lying. Maybe you stumbled across because you were interested in something that they told you that they did, so you kind of like dug into that, and then you find, wait a minute, all these little stories that you said don't add up. Let me give you an example of my experience. So this narcissist I know, fuck him. So he's married to my sister. I remember one time he showed me this video on YouTube. It was like, it wasn't good quality. This was like 2009, I want to say 8. That's beside the point. It was a video of a dude smashing his head on. It was like a street fight, and you can't see his face. The quality of the video was just enough where you couldn't identify exactly who it was, but it looked enough like him where I would just take his word for it. And I was young. But he found this random video and he's like, this was me. But it wasn't as simple as that was me. Like, he literally would like give a whole spew of how like, oh yeah, I remember this day. That was me right there. That's my buddy Josh over there. Yeah, we were at the parking lot right beside where I used to live over here. We just got off practice. And yeah, we got in this fight, and make it all like for me to be impressed. You know what I mean? I did my I don't remember how or when or why, but I remember doing my research. Come to find out that video wasn't him at all. Okay? And you might say, okay, big whoop, one video, right? And then you start thinking, okay, that's one lie. Okay? All the other stuff that they would tell you, I got in a fight and I did this, I beat the crap out of this person. They pulled a gun on me, but I beat the fuck out of them, turned the gun around, and, and did all this shit. And then you start to think, wait a minute. You said that you did fighting, okay? Where's the evidence? I realized all of the evidence is only stories from your perspective, coming from the perspective of the compulsive liar. Compulsive liars never give solid evidence where you could confirm that they did what they said. It's all stories. Stories that make them the hero, make them the good guy, but not enough evidence for you to be able to, fact check it. At least not in the moment. okay? Because compulsive liars always play the part of the hero in their story, okay? I remember when I was living in Virginia. I literally just moved back. It's only been about a month. So I would like smoke weed. Ooh, big secret. So no, here's the thing. Okay, my experience, you know, the narcissist that I live with, I'm gonna, you know, these are jumping throughout the 4 years I lived there. They would talk to you in a manner. They would always speak to you looking down on you. Like, it would never be like you are an equal to them. It would always be like you are less than them, and they are here to teach you the ways. For example, so my brother-in-law, he would always say some shit like, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. All right? But what I come to learn and realize, you know, I could start out be like talking about what you know, how I feel, you know, what I'm going through mentally, whatever. It's not that he's interested in what I'm going through. The compulsive liar doesn't give a shit. They want to spark that, because when you start telling them about, you know, how you feel, they're gonna use that and then bring it back on then. And then like 10 minutes later, you realize you forgot even what you were explaining, and it's all, you realize that person is just ranting on their experiences, their struggles, what they've been through, how hard life is for them, you know what I mean? And then even if you try to in the moment, bring it back again and be like, yeah, it's because like, this is how I feel, they'll stop you and then try to be like, well, this is worse. This is worse because this is what I've been through. See, a compulsive liar only wants to talk about themselves. And you got to be careful. Very, very careful. Because once you realize this, I suggest you realize, you know, do your homework. Once you have the evidence that they are lying, once you put them on blast, they instantly go into the victim mode. Oh man, I'm a victim. Oh, so sad. I don't know why you're treating me this way. They will never apologize. When they do, it's very, well, I'm sorry. Like, it's never heartfelt, because a compulsive narcissist, they don't have empathy for people that are like woke. You know what I mean? They want praise and constant admiration. When you are around a compulsive narcissist, hanging out with them, they only want to hang out with people that give them praise and admiration. So what I mean is, if you notice a narcissist or whatever wants to hang out with you a lot, check yourself. Are you complimenting them a lot? Are you constantly praising them? Are you constantly, you know, letting them talk down on you? Because they love that, and they'll invite you over all the time if you do that. But once they realize they come across a person that refuses to do that, refuses to let them belittle you, and you acknowledge it, whether it's body language, verbally, mentally, emotionally, oh, they don't like that. They go instant victim mode, you know, and then they kind of, you know, they don't want to, they'll distant. They'll choose to not be around you simply because, I mean, you won't praise them, and you won't like look up to them and realize their true potential and how great they are, and how you're wrong because you should be looking up to them because they're mighty. See, they don't like relationships that are even playing field, like we're both equal, you know, We have a conversation. I listen to you. You listen to me. I could be right. I could be wrong. You could be right. You could be wrong. I learned something from you. You learned something from me. A compulsive narcissist always wants to have all the answers, and they want you to listen and be like, oh, you are so smart. I'm so glad that you're in my life. Those people have very fragile egos. Sorry. And here's the sad truth. Their ego is so fragile. It's like glass. It's more, but they hide it and mask it behind this massive entitlement victim ego that they have. Okay? The narcissists that I live with constantly talk behind people's back, and I could start laying names, and I probably will. Don't think I won't. Every time I see he'd be in public, he'd act a certain way. Okay? And then when it's behind closed doors, he act a completely different way. And it's funny, he would constantly talk shit, talk down upon everybody he encounters. A lot of people don't realize this. Like, they talk so much shit about people. So for that being said, don't you think it's kind of normal for me, since I was living there for 4 years, to wonder, you're probably talking shit about me? You know what I mean? Because these people are sick. These people are sick, okay? They don't know how to function in a world where, you know, may the best man win. It's all about, they live in this ideal world where if everybody doesn't look up to them, something is wrong with them. If everybody doesn't realize how great they are, something is wrong with them. You know what I mean? If people don't praise them, it's the world that's treating them bad. It's not that they're doing something wrong. It's always outward, external, that's making their life bad. Okay? These people will never own up to their issues. On the surface, they'll be like, oh, like, yes, they might be like, oh yeah, I know it's my responsibility. But I'm talking about what shapes you as a core, as a character, because their character is very victimhood, and it's very malicious and manipulating. A true narcissistic, compulsive liar always plays the hero in their story, always uses the victim card when things become inconvenient, such as someone calling them out. And they will never genuinely have a heart-filled apology, even when they know they're wrong. Because to do that, you have to have empathy towards a human being, and you have to accept and realize that you're wrong. Like, completely wrong. Not that we're both right, we're both wrong, you know, a little bit of both. No. A narcissist, compulsive liar would have to realize their whole fucking frame of thinking in life is completely shattered. And they don't want to do that because it destroys everything that they know, which is deception. So have a great day. National Narcissist Awareness Month. Remember, they lurking like snakes, so be careful.